Hello folks, good morning and welcome to the AM News Bulletin on the AM Show. Let's start from the Volta region because the Sokode Senior High Technical School in the whole municipality of the Volta region has been closed down indefinitely following a violent clash between students and community members. Now the clash was triggered by a student being beaten down by town folks after he was reported by a colleague, and authorities fearing reprisal have closed down the school indefinitely. Here is the Regional Minister, James Gunu, announcing the closure following meetings with school authorities and community leaders.
Good relationship between the Sokode Bogama community and the school. We are trying to rebuild that relationship. And so far, the situation is under control. We, as Regional Security Council, we have taken a decision which has been communicated duly to the school authorities to temporarily close down the school for us to restore law and order. And then I'm also told the school is supposed to vacate in the next few days. So this will not affect anything so much, but we want the environment for teaching and learning to be peaceful for both the student and the teachers, and we want a situation where the community will see the school as their property so that they will not come and cause any damage. Then the students are also seen as their children.
Education Director Dr. Esther Yebuajiman says her outfit would find a way for the students to write their end of term and WASI exams.
The situation has been calmed down. The military has surrounded the walls because the community were trying to break the wall to have access to the girls' dormitory. So for now, the situation has calmed down, and luckily they said the students should go home. So they'll go and come back and write their end of term examination. And further arrangements will be made for those who will be writing their WASI.
Moving on, High Court Judge Justice Dorinda Smith-Arthur is urging leaders to use their legal expertise for greater good rather than wielding it as a tool to exploit and oppress vulnerable members of society. She entreats aspiring lawyers to uphold fairness and integrity as their guiding principles, cautioning that compromising on ethics undercuts their entire legal system. Now, she expects the next generation of legal professionals to use their expertise to serve for the greater good.
The legal system over the years has been marred with inability to serve deprived societies. High Court Judge Justice Dorinda Smith-Arthur, addressing law students at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, cautioned against serving personal interests.
If you compromise on ethics, the entire legal system suffers. Therefore, let fairness and integrity be your guiding principles. If your study of law, know also that the law is not a weapon for the powerful to wage against the weak. The law is a bridge that connects society to justice, that turns chaos into order, and that protects the rights of the vulnerable. As future lawyers, I urge you to be bridge builders, not demolition experts. Don't use the law to serve only your interests, but to elevate the dignity of all.
The High Court judge was addressing the fourth induction and award ceremony of the Faculty of Law at KNUST. The 2024-2025 academic year batch of students admitted to pursue a Bachelor of Laws at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology have been inducted into the Faculty of Law. The induction ceremony will enable them to officially hold themselves as students and begin academic studies toward achieving a bachelor's degree in law. The induction ceremony conducted by the High Court Judge, Justice Mrs. Hannah Taylor, emphasized the duty that comes with the pursuit of legal studies and the law profession. The Vice-Chancellor of KNUST, Professor Rita Akosia-Dixon, congratulated their newly admitted students, urging them to embrace the rigorous academic journey ahead with commitment and resilience. She reaffirmed the university's dedication to providing a conducive environment for academic excellence and holistic professional development.
Please be assured
that KNUST is dedicated to ensuring a safe environment for academic excellence and your total development as global professionals, armed with the requisite knowledge to serve humanity. Let me congratulate you for making a very smart decision to join the KNUST Faculty of Law. This is a decision you will never regret.
The Dean of the Faculty of Law, Dr. Chris Adumago-Kwache, guaranteed the inductees that they have made the best choice in selecting KNUST for their legal education. Notably, the faculty represented Ghana in the prestigious Philip J. Jessup International Law Moot Camp competition in Washington, D.C. and has won multiple national and international legal contests. Students who excelled in the previous year's exams were awarded. For Joy News, my name is Clinton Yabo.
Moving on, the University of Education Winneba, in partnership with Hen Mpoano and the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, Water Research Institute, has launched a project to protect the Greater Amanzule wetland system in the Western region. This initiative seeks to combat environmental degradation, promote biodiversity conservation, and introduce climate-smart alternative ways of livelihood for local communities. Now, this project is expected to enhance climate resilience and support sustainable resource management. Natalia Kwanzaa tells us more.
Addressing the gathering, Professor Stephen Jobson Mitchell, Vice-Chancellor of the University of Environment and Sustainable Development, emphasized the academic and scientific contribution needed to sustain the project's impact.
The Greater Amanzule Wetland Complex is not merely a geological feature. It is a living, breathing ecosystem that perfectly illustrates the delicate balance between human development and environmental preservation. The synergy between academic expertise and practical field experience that our partnership brings is unprecedented. This collaboration between the University of Education Winneba, Hen Mpoano, WRI, and our stakeholders will not only benefit the Greater Amanzule Wetland Complex, but will serve as a blueprint for conservation initiatives across Ghana and West Africa.
Leading the project is Dr. Adams Osman, who outlined the objectives and long-term benefits of the initiative.
And so we believe that Galamsey, which have been one of the crucial dimensions within the Western region and within the wetlands, we are not saying we probably can solve the problem, but we believe that our initiative can help reduce this impact because we are working directly with the community and we are providing livelihood supports. We are also working with the planners and the district assemblies to also design decision support, which gives them the chance to directly get into the landscape.
The project is backed by Hen Mpoano, WRI, the Global Center on Adaptation, DAI, Q, and the UK government, among others. Community engagement remains a crucial part of the project's success. Kofi Agbelbad, director of Hen Mpoano, stressed the need for local participation to ensure the initiative's sustainability.
Hen Mpoano is honored to be an implementing partner of this initiative, the integrated land and water management of the Greater Amanzule wetland systems. As an organization, our commitment to coastal and marine conservation, especially within the Nzimamanle traditional area, is not in doubt. At Hen Mpoano, we recognize the need and the importance to integrate science, research, and community participation.
Reporting from Benin, I am Natalia Kwanzaa for Joy News.
Well, let's go to the Upper West region now because the Member of Parliament for Lambuisi, Professor Titus Bayo, has called on the government to consider opening more PCR diagnostic centers for testing cerebrospinal meningitis. Currently, the region has only one PCR diagnostic machine located in the Upper West Regional Hospital. Professor Beyo noted that decentralizing testing would aid in the fight against the disease by enabling early detection. So far, the Upper West region has recorded 169 suspected cases of CSM, with 27 confirmed cases and 16 deaths. Joy News Upper West Regional correspondent Rafiq Salam reports from Lambusi.
The Lambusi district recorded 11 suspected cases, 2 confirmed cases, with 1 death. Lambusi District Director of Health Services, J.D.B. Nu, deeply concerned about the rise in suspected cases of the disease, made appeal to benevolent organizations and individuals to come to the aid of the district for them to be able to improve the case management of the disease in the district. Member of Parliament for Lambusi, Professor Tatus Kofi Beyu, responded to their call and donated medical and non-medical consumables valued at 55,000 Ghana cedis. Items donated included 100 pieces of spinal needles, antibiotics such as ceftriaxone, 40 pieces of thermometer guns, and 8,000 pieces of face masks.
Let me also use this opportunity to appeal to our traditional leaders, our elders, that some of our practices must change around this time. When we have an outbreak like this, it calls for a change in behavior. The burial of the dead, how we organize our funerals, and people absconding from hospitals when a diagnosis has been made will not help us. This is a disease that is contagious. It can move from one person to the other. And so we need to take the advice of the health service around this time.
He urged the people to quickly seek medical treatment at the various health facilities, adding that treatment for the disease is free.
If you have a patient that gets to the hospital and unfortunately passes on and they suspect this is it, please allow the health system to do what they are supposed to do. If they suspect the diagnosis, they need time to take a sample, please, let's do that.
Lambusi District Director of Health Services, J.D.B. Nuhu, whilst thanking Professor Tatus Beyu for his kind gesture, pledged to make judicious use of the items donated.
These items that I have received today will be distributed to almost all the health facilities across the district, and much of them will be sent to the case management centers, Lambusi Polyclinic and then the Hamel Polyclinic, where most of our cases are managed there. I want to assure Honorable Professor that the meningitis situation will be brought to control.
The Lambusi legislature made a whistle-stop visit to Lambusi Polyclinic, where he interacted with staff of the facility. Whilst at the polyclinic, he paid a visit to a middle-aged lactating mother who was brought to the facility suspected to have contracted meningitis.
We did the lumbar puncture for her. We sent the sample to Nandom for the screening, but we started the treatment as is indicated. Once we suspect, we need to take sample, then we'll start treatment while waiting for our results.
Reporting for Joy News, Rafiq Salam, Lambusi.
As part of its 5-year strategic plan, the Sokode Senior High School has initiated a partnership with Rifu High School of Japan. The headmistress of Sokode Senior High School, Golda Esiandam, is of the hope that the partnership will foster global competence, cultural exchange, and academic excellence. Abigail Nkrumah shares more details.
In a colorful display of culture, talent, and school spirit, the Sokode Senior High School, popularly known as SWESCO, celebrated its partnership with Rifu High School of Japan. Speaking to Joy News during the various activities marking the occasion, Isaac Yawesiedu, the president of the African Association of Miyagi and the leader of the Japanese delegation, emphasized the impact of the partnership with the Ghanaian school.
Okay, I studied in Ghana. Of course, SWESCO is my alma mater, so I study here. And the basic education between Ghana and Japan is almost the same. You know, from the elementary school to the junior high school, senior high school, and then to the university. The number of years is almost the same thing. So there is not much difference between the educational format right now. Yeah. But I think the only thing I can say is a little bit different is the mode of teaching, you know, and the responses of students. Probably that is the only little thing that I can see.
Golda Esiandam, the headmistress of SWESCO, indicated that the partnership with the Japanese school is part of SWESCO's 5-year strategic plan, which will enhance global competence.
This initiative is aligned with SWESCO's 5-year strategic plan, 2025 to 2029, which prioritizes strategic collaborations and partnerships to enhance global competence, cultural exchange, and academic excellence. Given the strong historical and cultural ties between Ghana and Japan, we believe that a partnership between SWESCO and RIFO schools will provide transformative platform for fostering cross-cultural understanding, experimental learning, and institutional development. This partnership presents a unique opportunity to create a lasting legacy of educational innovation, cultural understanding, and international cooperation between Swedru Secondary School and RIFO schools.
The head girl of Swedru Senior High School, Gifty Apia Kubi, shared her excitement about the partnership.
What we are seeing today in SWESCO, if all students in other senior high schools would get this opportunity, it would be very good. So I'll say that GES can help in doing this by contributing, as in ensure that other schools, other senior high schools in Ghana also have exchange programs with other students in outside countries. It could not only be Japan, it could be the USA, it could be Chinese schools, because they are the new curricula, it has languages.
From Swedru, Abigail Nkrumah report for Joy News.
The Center for Language Education and Cooperation and the University of Cape Coast have officially opened a Chinese language teacher training center at UCC to boost Chinese language education across West Africa. This initiative aims to address the growing demand for Chinese language instruction in West Africa by equipping local educators with the necessary skill to teach effectively. Officials say the center will bridge the gap between rising interest in the language and the shortage of qualified teachers. Central Regional Correspondent Erica Sante has more from Cape Coast.
Center, located at the University of Cape Coast, aims to address the growing demand for Chinese language education across West Africa. Speaking at the opening ceremony, Professor Wu Yame, China Director, Confucius Institute, highlighted the significance of the training center.
Importance of this training center, I have to tell you something. As far as I know, this training center is #1 first for training center for local teachers, local Chinese teachers around the world. This is #1, yes. And actually, the demanding for local Chinese teachers not only in Ghana, but also in West Africa and the whole Africa, even the whole world. So another significance of this training center is that we take a leading for training local Chinese teachers, yes, and also from a smaller point of view, we can provide a more opportunity for those young people and even those teachers who used to be other teachers. Well, through this, they can become Chinese teachers, local Chinese teachers.
The Pro Vice Chancellor of the University of Cape Coast, Professor Dennis Aheto, described the center as a significant milestone for education and cultural exchange in the region.
We are happy as a university to partner with the Chinese government under the auspices of the Confucius Institute to establish this regional training center for training of teachers, local teachers in the Chinese language. We are extremely excited because UCC has the platform to be able to promote this cultural and international exchange between the government of China through the Confucius Institute and our university. We are extremely happy about this feat. We continue to be a beacon of hope for the country in terms of the training of teachers in various fields. And we are happy that through this initiative, a lot more of our young people, and by extension, teachers and other professionals, will be training the Chinese language to support our internationalization agenda for the university and by extension also for the country.
With this new center, Ghana is set to play a key role in training Chinese language teachers for West African region. This is according to Professor Emmanuel Amu Ofori, the Ghana Director for Confucius Institute.
Ministry of Education of the People's Republic of China and the Ministry of Education of Ghana. So very soon, you will see that Chinese language will be taught in our basic school across the country. Everyone is going to the West. China is a trade partner in terms of our economy. You know, learning the Chinese language opens a lot of opportunities for even students and even lecturers.
That takes us into our business update now with Benjamin Akakpo.
Welcome to Business. Now, in the major story we have for you this morning, the president of the Ghana Association of Restructuring and Insolvency Advisors, Felix Addo, has maintained that it might be difficult for government to restore the licenses of defunct commercial banks. This follows a push by some of the owners of these banks making fresh appeals for their licenses to be restored. But speaking to Joy Business, Mr. Addo maintained that there were reputational and trust issues they had to address before exploring this feasibility.
Banks operate on reputation, on trust, and good faith. And so that will be the very first challenge for these institutions. Because for a bank to keep doing business, the investing or depositing public should have faith in its ability, its resilience, its going concern status to year in, year out be there so that they can do business with it. Now, if for whatever reason there is any blemish to their reputation, to its stability, that creates a challenge for not only the perception, the reality of it, because many a time the perceptions generate into realities. Okay. So that is the first issue. If today these licenses are restored, what the ordinary reasonable person would do, okay, depositor, is to go into the bank and as quickly as possible pull out all his deposits in the bank. And trust me, the average reasonable person will not be going back to deposit or do business with this organization for a long time to come. Okay? That's the first thing.
Let's settle now for our currency market updates. And that's it for business updates this morning. Handing over back to Sweetie Abochi.
Thank you, Ben, for bringing us business updates. And it's a wrap for the AM News Bulletin on the AM Show. Coming up next is the news review. Our guests will join us shortly and the conversations get started. Please stay with us.